Yeah, like Craig mentioned, this isn't just a port. We're really investigating new technologies as well. So one of the really cool things that came out of last year was smart glass for the Xbox 360. And you can see here I'm on my Surface RT. I've got it connected to the Xbox, and I'm looking at the Fable 1 screenshot of the location that I'm in. So it gives the player some nice context. There'll be loads of these dotted throughout the application on Smart Glass, where the player can just look at any particular area at any time. You can actually see as well that my hero is down here running around. So it's a nice piece of tech, and we look forward to continue to innovate in this area as well.
Yeah. So our new lighting system that we get with Unreal gives us really fantastic dynamic lights all throughout the level. You can see all these torches lit here when the guys run down. You can see them being lit up. When you're casting magic, you can see them illuminating the character and all the environments around about. So we're really happy with Unreal. It's given us a really fantastic looking game that we still feel looks like the original, still feels like the original, but with much higher fidelity.
So with this particular chest that Craig's opening, I can actually click on it on the map and actually see which content's in it. We've partnered with Prima to actually deliver this Smart Glass app because we want it to feel like it's part strategy guide, part interactive map. And some of the other features that we're currently working on is even the ability to actually take a screenshot from your game, which sends it to the application, and you can then upload it to your favorite social network or even to the new Lionhead forums.
I'm getting up to some combat here. I'm going to quickly show some of the magic. Some of the big questions we've got from the fans was the essential things like, can the hero still fart?
Yes, he can.
I can confirm that's definitely
definition.
still in there. So we've actually gone through and taken all the source assets for the audio, and we've been able to bring them back in and remaster them so that all the audio, it's the same sound design. It still sounds like the same game, but it's much higher fidelity again. We've got Russell Shaw, who's our composer. He's taken all the original music and he's now working them through into 4-channel surround sound. So if you've got a nice surround sound kit at home, when you get to play this, the music will really immerse you into the game as well.
You can still kick heads as well. How brave are you feeling, Craig?
I'll give it a go.
Let me see. Kicking the head.
Roll back.
Oh no!
Stab.
That's it. Stab the dead guy.
He might not be dead. He's got no head, but you can't be too sure on these things.
No,
I can't do this. Can't do this.
Is he going to do it?
No,
oh no!
It's gone.
Not
I'm
today.
gonna get the chest.
So yeah, it's been really fun to go back to obviously a fan favourite of our titles. I actually worked on the original game back in 2004, so for me it's also a really nice trip sort of down memory lane, and you can see actually there the God rays coming down. That's definitely something we didn't have in 2004. Obviously widescreen as well, we take it for granted these days, but back in 2004 I certainly didn't have a nice 40-inch flat screen TV. Yeah,
and the great thing with this project as well, that we've got a real mix of people on the project. Some people like Ted have been here for 10, 12 years, worked on the original title, and then you've got other people that are actually quite new to the franchise, but it's great to get their input, get some fresh eyes.
Yeah.
So we really feel like the projects are going to come together and be faithful to the original, but still look like an amazing Xbox 360 title.
Obviously it's really important that we appeal to the existing fan base, but we also want it to stand up on its own as an Xbox 360 title, because this E3 has actually shown to us that there's actually a lot of people out there that have played Fable 2 and Fable 3 but have never played Fable 1 because it's never actually been available on the Xbox 360 platform. So for them, they will be treating this as a brand new game, so the expectations are up there with the best of the games that are out at the moment.
I'm going to switch to bow here.
Oh yeah, do some bow combat.
You can still lock on to the players.
Nice.
This is a question again people were very keen about, making sure the controls are remain faithful, but we're actually looking to bring in some extra options to it as well. Ted again had worked on all the Fables, and I think the Fable 2 controls were actually really well received.
Yeah, we really tried to pioneer something different with Fable 2 and Fable 3. I don't know if anyone remembers, but sort of one of the big key points behind Fable 2 was our one-button combat system, and we feel that actually created something that was really intuitive to pick up, but also still allowed the depth. So what we want to do with Fable Anniversary is still provide that control scheme to the player, but of course if they want to, they can still play it in its purest control form, so we're not getting rid of it by any means. And of course, also being on a 360, it also means we can have achievements for the first time in Fable Lost Chapters. So we're currently working on those at the moment. We've got some plans of how we can get the community involved in those, which we'll be revealing at some point over the next couple of weeks. So that's really exciting. And you know, it's such a big fan title that we want to use the fans as much as possible for this. We've actually got the demon door up here on the left now. There's this actually amazing video, or I guess if anyone out there just remembers the demon doors from Fable 1, but their lips never actually closed when they were talking to you. And again, you take it for granted nowadays, but you know, the facial animations on this guy, the lip syncing, the eyebrows, all the facial movement is, you know, really up to today's standards. Sure. So for anyone that's not familiar with the demon door, they're these mythical doors that if you answer their riddle, essentially, the door will open and let you gain entry. So this particular guy, he wants you to dress up in multiple sets of clothes. I think 3 different sets. Once you've worn each set in front of him, he will eventually open and let you in. And on the other side is this sort of fairy tale, crazy world. They're all very bizarre, but the level designers always have really good fun making the levels inside, because we just throw all conventions out the window and just create something fun. Ah, yes, that's a very good point, Craig. I can actually show you on Smart Glass the strategic element to this. So if I click on the demon door on Smart Glass, it actually tells me, using the strategy guide portion of the application, that I require the bright plate suit, the dark will user's suit, and the bandit suit. So for anyone who, you know, is unsure or they're stuck on any particular demon door, they can just find out the extra information that they need.
I was just going to highlight the player's armor here, the shoulder piece. It's been great to actually come back and add in the high definition detail to these outfits, and with one of the main characters from Lost Chapters, Scythe, we were working on his model, and he's actually got some really detailed images on his armor, but from the original model it was really difficult to actually tell what they were. So we actually went back and looked at the original concept art to figure out what it was that the guys were trying to create in there. So we've now been able to go back through and actually create really detailed armor for him.
And speaking of concept art, that's obviously another great platform for Smart Glass, that we can throw in all this concept art from 10 years ago and give people a glimpse into the history of the original Fable title.
You want in? You better talk to me.
So you can see we've still got the original voice acting with the wide range of British dialects that we have throughout.
This here is Twin Blades Camp.
The voice acting has always been such a crucial part of Fable, and obviously Fable 1 and Fable Lost Chapters really set the tone for the rest of the franchise. So the Monty Python feel is still there. We really wanted to maintain faithful to the original title for the dialogue.
So again, anyone not familiar with the Fable franchise, you've always got a lot of choice within Fable. This is a perfect example in this region. As you're coming through, you're trying to infiltrate the bandit camp, and there's at least 3 or 4 ways to progress through into the next region here. We keep finding, every now and again, we'll find actually some extra ways that we never even realized were there. The testers will come up and say, yeah, this is working now again. And, what do you mean it's working? I never knew you could do that in the first place. So.
Yeah, it's been quite fun to go back and see all these features that, you know, when I reminded the team that you can bribe a guard, you know, you can go up to a guard and pay them some money to look the other way. It's kind of like, wow, that feature existed. So again, on Smart Glass, I can click on the screenshot viewer, and it will show me what Fable 1 looked like in this particular area. The lighting is obviously a massive difference, as well as the textures on the ground, the trees. We've redone every single tree in the game, again, to bring it up to modern day standards. I think there's actually a chicken in here somewhere, Craig. It wouldn't be a playthrough of a Fable game without kicking a chicken in high definition.
You're putting the pressure on me now.
Yeah. See if you can do it.
Kicking chickens was
you couldn't
not
kick the
easy.
heads, but let's see if you can kick the chicken.
There we go.
There he is. Can you kick him?
Come out for him. Into the fire.
Roasted chicken.
That's an achievement,
oh God,
is it?
this has got
Whoa, straight away.
Brutal. Oh, he's on fire. He's running away.
That's got to be an achievement then.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go back, write that one down. But we do want to have fun with Fable Anniversary, of course. You know, there's loads of memes behind Fable 1. There's lots of for anyone that remembers the acorn or the sand goose, you know, there's all these things that it's chasing after you.
It's coming for
Brilliant.
revenge. I'm gonna run away.
But speaking of chicken kicking, you know, we do want to provide leaderboards to players. That's definitely an ambition of ours, so that you can actually see who is the furthest chicken kicker in all of Albion. So I wonder, Craig, if we should actually run up to the hostages, because we actually left the original models in for this E3 build to sort of to actually show people. You know, you've obviously got the hero here who's been completely redone, remodeled, retextured, but we wanted to leave a couple of characters in so we could actually just for E3 only show the difference between the two. Let's go and have a look. So again, just like the previous camp and what Craig said, this particular camp also has multiple ways of getting into the next area. One of them is to kill this guy, and you might want to not use your fists. There you go. Oh, Craig in the face. Uh-oh.
I got him. It's okay. It's fine.
And the combat system still holds up to this day. It's still really good fun to, you know, switch between your bow, switch between your sword. You've got hammers, you've got axes, you've got crossbows. There we go. And now if you go and free the hostages, you'll actually get a chance to see what they look like. There they are.
So much.
So they just got no life to them, you know. They just look like wax dummies, really. So yeah, now we've opened the final gate. Craig can run through, and we'll show you the twin blade boss fight. And again, I'll show you something quite cool with what we've done in Smart Glass actually when we load up the next region. And again, using Smart Glass, I can click on chests, and it will show me what's in the chest. In the next area, I know there's a resurrection file there, and I have a feeling Craig might need it, because Twin Blade is certainly good at killing you. Nice. So again, because it's Fable Lost Chapters content, you've got all these new expressions that we added. For anyone that's not familiar with Fable Lost Chapters, we added 30% more content and a dragon. Bit of a spoiler, but you know, dragons.
That's quite a big spoiler.
Dragons are awesome. You got to talk about dragons.
It wants a word with this little hero.
So a little bit of fiction, a little bit of backstory of what's happened in the story so far. Your sister was kidnapped by some bandits. You've gone on the hunt to try and find her, and you've made your way all the way through to Twin Blades, who is sort of at this stage the bandit king, and you're going to have a fight with him. So and he's still just as big as he was 10 years ago, which is actually pretty huge. So as a Fable fan, this is where we think the Smart Glass application is going to come in really handy, because as you can see on the Smart Glass, I can click on his face and it will give me just a little bit of extra background story that the game doesn't provide, and you can actually see what he looked like as well in Fable 1, and obviously it looks very, very different to what's on screen right now. So it's an exciting way for us to provide some trivia, we can even put in some dev commentary, some Q&A. I think it's just going to be a really fun piece of technology to utilize this year, and also it's free, which is awesome.
Let's see what you're made of.
So unfortunately for Twin Blade, the only place on him without armor is his back. What was he thinking? So we'll try and use that to our advantage. Craig's done this before though.
Yeah. So you can lock on. Oh,
has he?
in the face. What was that resurrection
I
vial?
cursed you there.
So there we go.
There we go. Right, weak point. Go. There you go. Two swords are only useful when they don't get stuck in the ground.